Alrighty. There we go. So, yeah. Basically, the results from this month's Gacha revenue and the immediate posts that you've already seen, kind of like surrounding the results, right? It has revealed a lot surrounding the current Gacha dynamics. It's literally just people that don't like Wuwa using every possible game that they can to take shots at it. That's it. Because, bro, wait, where's NTE? Ooh, yeah, that's not very good, is it? Yeah, okay. So, clearly, right, AKE and NTE are, like, at the bottom of whatever you want to call, like, the big five. Don't really think that's a good term, right? It's not really the big six or whatever you want to call that, right? And this is just one thing that I want to show you guys. It's the funniest shit ever. We all know this account, right? Arc Big Fan JP. where this guy like cosplays as a like NTE and Arknight's Enfield player, but then makes anti-Wuwa posts. And like the funniest thing is that they're going ahead like trying to farm this, right? Obviously using my name, but then you're not even recognizing that NTE and AKE are like at the bottom. So it's like, do you see over here? It just shows the level of astroturfing behind accounts like this. Because now you're out here, right? But AKE and NTE are like your top games, right? But like now you're out here celebrating this revenue chart when it's like showing them getting absolutely fucking booty tickled, bro. Bro, they are getting booty, bro. I can't even find them, bro. They're actually hard to find. Where are they again? Oh, sorry. Wait. Was this 2025? Oh, that's why. Yeah, I was looking at a 2025 one. My bad. Yeah, no, here we go. Bro, they're right here. Bro, they're right here. Like right next to each other at the fucking bottom. It's a bit of a rough situation. Anyways, so we've got 2 videos planned regarding this. One with lads, right? And then the other regarding another situation. Yeah, wait a second over here. Sorry, I got a lot of different pieces of glue pulled up. There's actually an immense number. There's an immense amount of it. There's almost too much, actually. It's getting everywhere. All right. Let's just get this bad boy started. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, as you're all aware, by the date right below me, a month has passed. July is officially over. And with the end of July comes the start of a war. Because as we're all aware, that monthly Gacha revenue report always comes out at the end of the month. And there is a lot of fun conversations associated with it. And so this is where we're going to be taking the time to address, of course, the actual results that we're seeing over here for mobile estimated sales across the world, where there have been some obvious bits of misinfo for various games, and of course, just give a general take on what's happening across the space. Because there's a lot of exciting gacha events going on right now, but this is a big sort of like summary we can lead into before we even get into the results themselves. A decrease from last year, and really just a trend of a lack of performance in gacha games over the past year, probably due to the fact that a lot of them suck ass right now. The year is running out. No gacha has hit 100 million in terms of revenue going by that chart. And this is talking about all of 2026. Gacha is dying. So do keep that in mind as we sort of like preference, or as we sort of like preface this discussion over here. Stuff's going down. So you're just going to see numbers that are not even close to what they were 365 days ago. So let's just go ahead. Let's get right on into it and see what 2026 is looking like down here. We're actually going to be going in reverse order this time because, well, when you see what the top earners are earning, you'll understand why. All right, so at the very top over here, we've got 56 million in mobile estimated revenue, right? Going up about 22 compared to last year or last month. And that is going to be, well, you probably guessed it, right? That's going to be Genshin Impact. And it's not too surprising at all that Genshin Impact would farm numbers like this, but a lot of people can say it's disappointing that Genshin Impact would farm numbers like this, because what Genshin just had was version 6.7. And let's look at what was on banner in version 6.7. Luna 8. Are you ready? Bro, they had the new broken Stellar Superconduct Enabler Sandroni, who, as we've already seen, is going to be very strong in Snezhnaya because you actually need stellar reactions to even explore the region properly. So, yes, she's actually an exploration character that you didn't know about in advance, but obviously, Sandroni is also a Fatui Harbinger, so she's going to be strong in-game as well. Then you had the other Fatui Harbinger, right, who also enables the other type of fucking lunar reactions as well on the other rerun that patch. So as you can see over here, right, these are some of the most, like, loaded banners meta-wise that, like, a player would actually need because they're all extremely powerful units that are going to be, you know, working forward in the next region. So, yeah, 2 Harbingers across 2 phases in Luna 8. Who's particularly that surprised at results like this? And, like I said before, some would expect the numbers to be higher given the importance of those 2 characters in the story. Some people say, why isn't this like 70? Why isn't this like 80? They just ran the 2 for 2 Harbingers. You get what's going on over here, right? And so now we got the next game, which is going up about like 15 million or so. I think it's like 14 and a half compared to last month. And, well, you're probably going to recognize this name. That's Honkai Star Rail. But guess what, guys? This is during the Fate collaboration. Yeah, that's a 43.08 during the Fate collaboration. And I think the best way for us to compare some of these numbers is to take a look at when the Fate collab was in 2025. When was that one? It launched on July 11th, 2025. Okay, let's look at the July Gacha revenue then for 2025. Let's take a look at that. Just see where HSR was over there. Ooh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, that was HSR last year, boys. Yeah, that was the Fate collab last year. Phynon carried it hard. Oh, okay. I guess Himiko's actually like lore accurate then. She's just dead, right? Or she's just like a fucking decomposing corpse, right? Like I didn't see the story. So yeah, like you get what I'm trying to put down. That's rough. Comparatively, right? That's rough. And when you look at the results from 365 days ago, like I was saying, when you think about the idea of gacha games shrinking, right? Gacha games dying, or specifically Hoyoverse gacha games dying, right? This starts to make a lot more sense. Doesn't it? I don't think I really need to speak anymore over here. Obviously, the Fate collaboration this year was just completely brought down by the fact that last year's was so fucking bad. And the end result is that people, I think, don't even take the Fate part of this collaboration even slightly seriously as players. And then the end result is like the units aren't even like that strong meta-wise. And then the draw of a collab isn't even getting people to pull the units either. It's like the reverse Cyberpunk effect, where people just pulled the Cyberpunk units like Lucy and Rebecca and their weapons, even though they're not necessarily tier 0 strongest units in the fucking game. And like, well, Fate, they're not bringing anything crazy to the table with the collab, so there's no reason to pull the characters at all. Because you don't pull them for like the story, you don't pull them for being like cool collab units. I guess it's just like skip because they bombed the collab last year, and so we don't give a fuck about it this year. I just assume that's the case because the engagement across these banners as well, content surrounding it, bro, nobody's getting any views on it either. So yeah, I think that's just what's going on. I don't think it's much of a surprise over here. And apparently people have like the sales data as well for like various units. And like somebody made like this goofy ass looking little table to like talk about the rankings of various main pushes in HSR's history. And so we can see over here, right, all of like the main push units, the Acheron, the Fireflies, the Phase Xiaos, the Castorices, Phynons, the Sirens, the Silver Wolf level 99s, they all peaked at like 1 or 2 in JP and CN. And then you can see all the other regions over here. And yeah, their app magic average over the first 3 days was like in the single digits, but then this bitch dropped down to like fucking 15 or some shit. So yeah, basically she's the least popular main push unit they've ever had. And these are the other previous main push units. Silver Wolf was the anniversary unit. So, yeah, they try to make her the next Phynon following Castorus, but she's more like a wet blanket. I don't know what else to say, bro. Basically, not very good either, right? And that's going to be HSR following Genshin. And now we got Zenless Zone Zero. Yes, you probably were just you probably just knew that this was going to be ZZZ right off the bat because it's starting from a really fucking low number. Yes, that is basically a 9.7 over here, going up to a 36 on the right. So a big increase of about, well, 26 million in the month. And we all know what's going on, what's surrounding Zenless Zone Zero, right? We all know what's happening over here. This game is on one of the most diabolical sort of like spending anniversaries I think anyone has ever seen, where you have the combination of like, well, obviously, Remiel, you got the spending event, you got the double top-up bonus too, and you got a bunch of like other banners as well with like their reruns, their exclusive like no 50-50 loss reruns and stuff like that too. This is easily, I think, like the ZZZ event or like the ZZZ sort of like update where spending has been incentivized the most, right? There's a lot of stuff and you're incentivized to spend really early on in the patch because of the double top-up bonus and the fact that you can use all those resources right on the later banners, right? There's probably a lot of people that topped up even if they're going to spend at a later phase in the update, because you have a double top-up bonus, and so you probably have some left over, right? You guys get the dynamics going on over here. And so with that in mind, right? With that in mind, we've got the numbers. And this is what I can comfortably say looking at these sort of like introductory anniversary results compared to some of the other years. There's a reason for why I was pulling up, for example, June and July 2025. Because what happened in June or July of 2025, right? This is the month after ZZZ's anniversary last year. And this is the actual ZZZ anniversary from last year. And as you can see over here, the spending on ZZZ's anniversary last year was actually showing up as higher. But this is accounting for maybe the rest of that actual anniversary. This could only be counting for the first couple of days. However, we've already taken a look at another month, December 2025. And what was on December 2025, y'all might remember. Yeah, that was the Yi Shungite banner. That was the Yi Shungite banner. And you only had like 1 or 2 days of that one, and that were the results over here. So at a bare minimum, right? Some could say this is performing at the same level as Yi Shungite. Potentially, it could be worse, right? Because I think this only has 1 day of Yi Shungite's results. This has like 2 days of Remiel's. But you can see what's going on over here. We're not breaking any new trends. We're not going ahead and we're like, you know, changing everything. We're not going ahead and we're like reinventing the wheel. It's kind of just more of the same business as usual for ZZZ. And this is the unfortunate part, guys. ZZZ, if it's on the business as usual schedule, the game is dying. That's kind of it, because the game's been on a downtrend for the past, like, since 2.0. It's been on a diabolical downtrend. Everyone knows it. And if it's just more of business as usual and the same results you've been seeing before, well, you're naturally going to estimate the same type of downtrend that we saw before, because it's not like anything new is coming out. And when you get results like this, the game has trended downwards immediately afterwards. Nah, it's back after 3.0. How many people said that during 2.5? How many people said that during ZZZ 2.5 December, heading into the new year, that it was back? Then it died again. Like, literally, that's 2.5 was ass. Oh, but the spending was so high. Guys, people said ZZZ was back in 2.0. We need to take a moment over here, guys. We need to take a moment over here to pause and reflect. This is the day one sales sort of like tracker, right? In CN for every unit in the game. And so the game is literally on the downtrend and dying due to the fact that nobody pulls any unit that isn't a Void Hunter in this game. And you can see that there's a literal downward trend in all of the sales. Like, it's just actually a line going down. You can see it on every sale that isn't a Void Hunter. It's actually it's a negative slope. And so even if this continues, right, it's just going to go lower and low. Like, just look, it's going to go lower and lower and lower each time. You can literally see the diagonal trend, guys. So if this keeps going, the next unit's going to be down here, then fucking here, bro. And then maybe you got some Void Hunters to spice it up, right? But it's just going to keep going down. And that's why these results are not really inspiring a lot of confidence, because we have the literal historical records over here, ladies and gentlemen, showing you what's happening with this game. Yes, a Void Hunter brings everybody back because they're broken, overpowered, and meta-wise, your account might feel very safe as long as you pull them, but that makes every other unit and every other investment feel like a piece of fucking shit. And so, people literally seasonally come back to this game during the Annie or during a generous patch, pull the Void Hunter, and then leave. And that's what's been happening every fucking time. And now people are celebrating that there are a bunch of tourists coming back to spend for one patch just so that they leave immediately after the Void Hunter update is gone. And it's happened over and over and over again. From here to here to... This is the 4th time it's happened, and yet people are going to tell you something different's going to occur again. This is the 4th time this has happened. And you're expecting different results. Maybe it will be different this time, but I'm going to go with history and just say it's another flash in the pan, just like the other last 3 Void Hunter releases were flashes in the pan before the downfall. You can deny it if you want. You can deny it if you want. The numbers are real, and they don't look very good for this game. Now, though, we got to get to the next topical area, and this is going to be the one that already has the space exposing themselves in terms of what their goals actually are in Gacha discourse. And that is, of course, Wuthering Waves showing up only in 6th place, dropping down 4 positions, and, of course, losing about $8 million in revenue compared to the prior, month. Well, this is what's happening over here. Wuwa's down to 26. And guys, there's already been a lot of people celebrating. Are you ready for this one? Are you ready for this one? Guys, they're celebrating, right? They're already ready for the memes. But this is the reality over here, right? I want to use this account in particular as the best sort of judge for why Gacha discourse is such a goofy, fundamentally wrong thing to participate in. This account is called Arc Big Fan JP with a Yvonne profile picture from Arc Knights Enfield. This is a Neverness to Everness background. It's actually the login screen from 1.0. And as you can see over here, right, there's all these posts, you know, talking about how Wuwa's getting mogged over here by the big 3 Hoyo games. Do keep in mind their username and their banner, right? These are the actual placements of Arc Knights Enfield. It lost money compared to the last update on their soft half-anniversary relaunch. Their half-anniversary relaunch for 1.4, it lost money compared to the last month. Bro, this was supposed to be the update that saves the game. The most quality of life they've ever put in, right? All of that stuff. Apparently the best story. And you did worse than last month. That's not really a great look, is it? And then NTE also is going down. So it's like, do you see how the Gacha discourse actually is? Guys, you have people LARPing, cosplaying as fans of other games, just to, like, try to insinuate that Wuthering Waves is, like, hated across the Gacha space. This is literally just a Hoyoverse player pretending to be an AKE and NTE player to take shots at Wuwa. But, like, obviously, that's very, very, very confirmed now, because they just completely forgot that AKE and NTE were on this Gacha revenue chart as well. Bro, they just forgot that their games were on the chart as well. And that should let you know where all of these posts trying to shit talk Wuwa are coming from. And so, guys, now that I've given some of the context for how goofy the discourse is surrounding Wuthering Waves on this chart, well, now it's time for us to actually talk about these numbers. And this is going to be the easiest slam dunk of them all, because as you're all aware, I already debunked this in my last Gacha revenue video. So this is a bit of a breakdown over here from Sensor Tower themselves, showing revenue, and of course, showing something really important down here. The global Android to iOS ratio. What this means is that globally, across the world, Wuthering Waves players play on the mobile. For every 2 Android players, there's like 1 iOS player. For every 2 Android players, roughly, there's 1 iOS player in the world. For other games, right, like Honkai Star Rail, for every 0.83 Android players, there's 1 iOS player. For Genshin Impact, for every 1 Android player, there's 1 iOS player. You get what's going on over here, right? All these other games are roughly at a 1-to-1, Android to iOS, yet Wuwa's coming in with the ratio way above everybody else. There's way more Android to iOS players for Wuwa compared to the other big games that you're seeing over here. Not really AKE, that game is dog shit. You get what's going on, right? What do you see on the Sensor Tower website? Read this, read this, read this. Data found here is pulled directly from Sensor Tower with the exception of CN Android estimates, which are determined by using a multiplier of CN iOS revenue. This multiplier is set to 1.75x by default, but can be manually adjusted. So, this is the natural take most of you can be making if you pass an introductory math class. If the ratio of Android to iOS players for Wuwa is basically double that of other games, you would effectively need like a 3.75x, right? A 3.5x for Wuwa, or maybe like a 3, because there's actually even more Android players. You're not estimating, you're underestimating, right? You're underestimating when you do this because Wuwa has more Android to iOS players, but you're using CN iOS revenue to extrapolate it. But there's obviously, if you're doing 1.75x for everybody, you're heavily understating Wuwa. It should be way more because there's simply more Android players. Do you get what's going on, right? This isn't really hard math to identify at all. It's very obvious what's going on over here. Sensor Tower's or Gacha Revenue's own arbitrary 1.75x multiplier that they put on every game is understating Wuwa's CN Android revenue severely, to a degree that's almost criminal if you're going to be using it for these kind of like tribalistic comparisons, right? And that's the first expose that we're going to be doing here regarding that 26 million. It's already understated at a baseline, and there's no way anyone can deny that because we're using Sensor Tower's own numbers. Where's that 1.83 coming from? That 1.83 is coming from the actual revenue projections they're able to get from the global Android and the global iOS side, and then they can actually see the players as well. Right. You can see, like, they're just getting the ratio from this. They're dividing the 14.69 by the 7.88, and so they're literally, that's where the revenue is coming from. Right, 1-to-1 for these other games, yet Wuwa's out here with that big old massive, well, it's almost 2x, right, on the iOS side. You get what's going on. All the other games are 1-to-1, if not lower, maybe a little bit higher, while Wuwa's basically at a 2-to-1. So what does it mean over here if you're using the same number for everybody? When Wuwa's already shown that they're at a 2-to-1. This should be almost doubled, is what I'm saying, just for Wuthering Waves. So yeah, that's going to be... Okay, sorry. I just need to take somebody from chat. Isn't it the same for ZZZ? No, retard, because Zenless Zone 0 is literally shown right here as a 1.21. It's like actually right there. So this is the type of individual that participates in Gacha discourse. They're not able to identify that Zenless Zone 0 has their own column, and it actually shows their Android to iOS ratio right here. That is the average ZZZ defender. They literally have no idea that it was even on the chart, and they're asking questions to try to invalidate the data or defend the game. Guys, what the fuck? The table's right fucking there. It's right fucking there. Like, how are we not able to identify that it's on the... Anyways. Do you see why gacha revenue, and of course, when individuals are easily able to slide in misinformation like this, do you see why data is so dangerous? Because people are really retarded, and they're not able to even, like, think even at the second level, right? When it comes to analyzing any data that's in front of them, and they're so easy to manipulate. And that's just an example of how easy it is to manipulate dumb people, because people simply don't know how to analyze numbers. But that's why I'm here to explain all this shit, and I think we've done this pretty well. But like I said before, there's even more misinformation to point out. And this is where stuff is going to get really particularly stinky. Apparently, the revenue site just did not update numbers for Wuwa, and this is where stuff is going to get a little bit complicated. So this is Dan data, which is basically a CN website that also estimates, well, gacha sales. And what you're basically going to see down here on Dan is this. In CN, it's showing specific revenue numbers that have already been updated. But then apparently on the Sensor Tower revenue from today, right, which is the one that gacha revenue is pulling from, it just gave the same shit from last month, which is Yang sales, blah, blah, blah. So what people can effectively say is that CN's data on the chart that you're seeing is just copy-pasted from last month. It's just copy-pasted from last fucking month, bro. That's what's going... And guys, this is the reality of Yang over here. She did not do well as a banner. And this is where I get the opportunity to say, I was right. Because it's really just this simple. I think that Yang as a character and the 3.5 story were not really that conducive to a lot of sales and a lot of popularity. There's a reason why I made this video down here, and now we're seeing that Yang herself didn't particularly have any stellar results. I knew this was coming as well, but the revenue and everything else associated with it, guys, it's still understated. Because the main conclusion that you can come to after everything that I've showed is this. Soy Soy's revenue from CN isn't even accounted for in here, and I would even doubt that Soy Soy's revenue as a whole is even counted. Because we're seeing so many inconsistencies on... We're seeing so many inconsistencies on this side. And then you obviously see, like, you know, stuff like Wuwa being rank 1 on Steam, while ZZZ falls down to, like, you know, certain levels and stuff like that over there, right? That's just stuff that's also going on behind the scenes. And again, like I said before, when you compare it to the glory days of Gacha past, right? When HSR had no competition, when Genshin had no competition, when these games had no competition, this is what it's looking like over here. But I think that the devolution of the gacha space, the really, like, lowered amounts that we've been seeing, it's kind of like this. I think it's a result of this, right? A lot of games have really damaged the gacha space by presenting themselves as, like, this high-quality game, and then players just end up feeling rug pulled by developers, where it feels like they created these games not to, like, make a good game, but to, like, extract value out of you as a player and not give you anything back in return. And the thing is that I think a lot of people have been burned by 2026's releases, particularly games like NTE, like Arknight's Enfield, like even Zenless Zone Zero, where, and obviously HSR and Genshin 2, right? Where obviously these games have degraded compared to last year, right? These games have all gotten worse. Genshin, Stellar whatever, Superconduct, Lunar Reactions, more power creep. Stygian Onslaught somehow is getting worse every update. HSR, a new path every fucking year. new meta shifts, and then everyone's useless from the last path the second that the new one comes out. And then, so that's how they're basically just putting a 1-year expiration date on every fucking unit. ZZZ doing the same fucking thing as HSR. And then Genshin's like fucking lunar, stellar, fucking solar reactions are just paths, but a different flavor. Because guess how useful lunar reactions are going to be once stellar is the new meta. Oh, sorry, I forgot HSR is releasing SP units 69 times in a fucking row. Bro, when's the last time HSR had an original unit? And no, Asheville doesn't count. That's a reskinned Boot Hill. These games are truly, literally, they all feel worse than last year. And I think the only game that actually feels like it's progressing forward in a meaningful way is obviously Wuthering Waves. But as we've seen, Wuthering Waves is the game with the biggest agenda against it. Because the accounts like these, right, prove it's actually a 1v9 in the gacha space. People will just weaponize all these other shitty gacha games like Enfield just to take more shots at Wuwa. And obviously, those games don't even have a real community to, like, defend themselves in those situations. So it's just everything possible out there in the space is always getting weaponized against the game. And even when I can literally show you actual facts, because there's no way you can deny that Wuwa is getting sandbagged on these charts after you see this data. Anyone that knows general algebra or math, or has passed, or has taken a high school math class, can understand how shit is wrong over here. But then people will still try to use these numbers, right, to take more shots. This is the reality over here. Wuwa is always doing better than what these Hoyo shills are telling you, because these numbers have been understated the whole fucking time. And the reality over here, I think, is this. This is the only game that's growing. And I think that really upsets all the Hoyoverse players. This is the only gacha that is actively growing in revenue, growing in player count, growing across all of these fucking metrics. And I think it's appropriate that this chart is a gigantic middle finger, with that middle finger belonging to Imith. Because who else is actually rerunning right now on this update? It's Imith on the second phase. So it's not just Soy's revenue, right, that's getting fucked over here on these charts and not showing up. It's Imith's first rerun as well. And we all know she literally set the record in this game for spending. So probably a lot of her sales aren't being counted here too, alongside the understatement of revenue. So guys, ZZZ players, don't celebrate too early, because you always do this. And then you always get brought down back to fucking earth on subsequent banners, and you begin to realize, man, maybe we shouldn't do this every single time a Void Hunter banner comes out, because literally the game dies right after we get a Void Hunter out. And then we're like, oh, the game is dead until the next Void Hunter comes out. Bro, literally just look at what happened after Yes Shangguan. You got the Angels of fucking Delusion, followed by Sissia into Promia, into Starlight Billy, and then each banner is earning lower than before. It's setting a new sales record for lowness. Billy was the recent record breaker, by the way. Another SP. You know what's coming up. And you already know Wuwa's numbers are understated. Let's not play any games here. Because what do you think is going to happen next month? You think people are going to pull Sigrid? Bro, she looks dumb as hell. Bro, nobody's going to pull that character. You know it. Let me know what you all thought. Peace out. You already know nobody's pulling Sigrid, bro. You already know nobody's pulling that shit. Like, let's not play any fucking games over here, bro. Come on. You think anyone's gonna pull that? Bro, she sounds like a 70-year-old lady. All right. 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 Why is bro shouting as saying, guys, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. We're kind of just marinating right now. We're marinating until Virtual Crisis. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. The second phase of this update, bro, it's like you're not meant to play this game. Like, holy shit. Like, I was like thinking about logging in to do stuff, and I was like, yeah, well, there's not, do Virtual Crisis. I would rather wait until all the Virtual Crisis levels are out to do it, because I don't feel like playing it for only like 10 minutes. Is that fair? Like, I don't feel like playing it for just 10 minutes. The last one is out tomorrow. Well, that's the point. The last one's out tomorrow, so I gotta wait until tomorrow. Have you completed the exploration? I think this is my take on the exploration. I think Kuro's actually going to, like, rewire, like, biking and flying, and probably, like, reintroduce flying in Mengzhou, and then make, like, glider skins instead. And then, like, kill the bike. I think that's the next step that they need to do, because, yeah, trying to use your bike isn't correct in Mengzhou. I've realized that, because the structure of Mengzhou is not conducive to the bike. The bike gets stuck on too many things. It's too big for Mengzhou. Mengzhou basically requires you to have, like, agile controls and, like, the ability to, like, go, like have tighter flying controls that the bike doesn't work with. It is truly not, it is truly not a good experience. And I think the end result is that, like, I actually don't want to explore because the bike feels so bad. Yeah, no, the bike is truly like it, bro. I feel like I'm trying to, like, I feel like I'm, like, drunk trying to, like, fly a drone through, like, an obstacle course. That's, like, what using the bike feels like, bro. Like it is, like, I feel like I'm intoxicated. It's weird. Like, I can't do anything that I want to do. I can't do anything that I want to do. Like straight up. Like, bro, do you know how sad, you know how mad I was trying to get Soy's materials? Bro, her fucking fishes? Dude, just, like, go through the process of, like, get on your bike and then go collect Soy's exploration materials, bro. Like, straight up, it's just, like, there's, like, all these little buildings and then stuff, and then, like, the bike is, like, so clunky, and, like, bro, oh my god. Dude, like, the bike is not meant for these fucking cities at all. Bro, you, like, are clipping the buildings, and, like, bro, it is a disaster. Low-key, I, like, don't even want to explore as a fucking protest against the bike, bro. Like, as, like, a fucking protest against the bike, bro. I'm just getting my ass beat by fucking furniture out there. Go on foot? How about I just don't explore the fucking region, and then when they fix it with a different exploration mechanic that doesn't feel like hot ass, then I'll fucking explore it. They won't. I like am 90% sure they will, because this is what I think they're going to see. Bro, you just need to play it yourself. You just need to play it yourself. And this is what I think Kuro simply just does. We all know there are these fucking bike skins, right? Bro, just do this. Turn them into bike and glider skins. Just have every bike skin also be a glider skin. Or it's just that easy. Make it so that one of them, it turns into a skin for every type of exploration thing. Great. I don't think you got to spend that much on it either. And then it also retroactively purchases people make. Great, right? And then nobody runs into the whole, oh, I got scammed, blah, blah, blah. It's just now your bike skins turn into like wing skins, bro. And then just reintroduce flying back to Mengzhou, because it, like, bro, it's fucked up. The bike is so broken there, it's crazy. So yeah, just, bro, make it a fucking transformer, bro. Bro, make the bike transform into like a fucking pair of wings, bro. It's not that crazy, man. Like we all saw fucking Transformers in the movie theaters. Just make the bike do that and turn it to wings, bro. It'd be kind of sick, actually. Right? Like you get what I'm talking about. Because currently the sacrifices being made on the gameplay side in Mengzhou for this fucking bike is unreal. It is actually ass. It is actually ass. Because you kind of do need the flying because of the verticality, but like, bro, the bike flying is so bad. Does that mean you 100% Mengzhou before the other regions? No, it doesn't. It also doesn't mean I fucking have to. Like, what are you, the fucking, what are you, like the fucking judge? Well, yeah, well, guess what? I'm the judge of my fucking channel. So, like, I could just, I could just ban you. The fuck? Like, who the fuck, who the fuck made you the king? Just wondering. Like, I hope you gotta recognize you need some level of baseline authority to be telling me what to do, right? Where is it? What have you done in your life to deserve that? I'm just wondering. Who decided that? Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, bro. Yeah, his dad works at Kuro. So you plan on doing that one vid for Virtual Crisis or no? Yeah, I mean, we will do the one vid for Virtual Crisis. It's just, like I said before, it's hard to, like, I'll just say this in terms of, like, content. It's a terrible idea to try to, like, revisit an event. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm going to do the first day of Virtual Crisis, and then I'm going to upload another video the next day, and then another video the third day. No, it doesn't work like that. People just want to watch one Virtual Crisis video. They don't want to watch fucking 4 of them. Yeah, no, that's just how it is. They don't want to watch 4 Virtual Crisis videos. They want to watch just one where everything's happening. So, yeah. That's kind of like the issue with that one. I think like even you guys wouldn't watch 4 Virtual Crisis videos. That's, yeah, because you know you wouldn't. You know you wouldn't. It's just that simple, right? It's just that easy, right? All right. All right. Have you tried the new Vampire Survivors game mode? Fuck no. God fucking no, I haven't tried that shit. God fucking no. All right. Now, there's one more video I'm looking to make in regards to this. One more I'd like to make in regards to this. That's going to be centered around, obviously, the game that we see at the bottom over here. Love and Dip Space, brother. Love and Dip Space. That's the one. Because I am comfortable saying this. I am comfortable saying this fact. Damn, these guys actually know how to, like, properly, like, fucking, these guys actually know how to brigade a company properly, bro. They kind of took a shit on this game. Bro, they kind of fucked this game in the ass. I'm gonna be real with you. This is quite diabolical. So, let me get Gacha revenue from May. Yeah, I think May's gonna give us a nice little, yeah, here we go. May's gonna give us a good comparison spot. Yeah, okay. All right. Just to, like, kind of, like, show us how far back we can actually go when it comes to Love and Deep Space. All right. This is Gacha revenue, July 2026. Perfect. Alrighty. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for us to have a discussion today about Gacha revenue. Except this time, it's not going to be the usual suspects. I know you see Arknight's Enfield over here. No, this game is escaping the lashings today because the focus of our discussion is going to be the game directly on my... I'm sorry, it's like directions are messed up. Yeah, directly on this side over here. That's going to be Love and Deep Space. And by the title of the video, you probably guessed what this is going to be about. This is going to be about the boycott. And one thing that I said about this boycott was that I didn't actually believe that anything was going to happen. I thought that Love and Deep Space players, right, were about as weak-willed as other gachas in the space, right? Like the Genshin Impact players, like the HSR players, like the ZZZ players, right? Where they're always like, oh, woe is me. Hoyoverse is power creeping the game again. Oh, no, they added a new path. Oh, lunar reaction, stellar superconduct. Like, right? And they're all like, oh, this is so predatory. I'm going to go quit the game until they fix this and stop doing this. And then they proceed to just not do that. Love and Deep Space players, ladies and gentlemen, have actually flipped the script. And it looks like gacha companies are going to have to be a bit more cautious, at least around girls or like femcells or whoever the fuck was like the result of this, because holy shit, bro, they actually did it. And this is what I mean, bro. Do not fuck with the foids. Bro, they will fuck you back. Oh my God. Could anyone have seen this coming? Because, like I said before, we're used to the traditional gacha space where people will like brigade the company, boycott them, right? Say that they're going to not spend, do all these things, but they never walk the walk. They never talk the talk. They never put their money where their mouth is. But the girls will, because this game got ruined. And a lot of you might be wondering, okay, all right, Saint, we got a little bit of the context, but we need a bit of a refresher for why the fuck this is even happening in the first place. Well, don't worry. I've got some headlines for you. You all remember this, right? Fucking change.org talking about like how like over 46K Love and Deep Space players, they need their boy Valko back in the game because apparently CN players schizoed out, reported the game to the government, and apparently he got removed because of that. And guys, it's worse than we thought. Obviously, there was this gigantic summary over here, but this is probably the best summary of it all. Bro, China's own Ministry of Public Safety ended up, like, investigating the fucking game. Like, the government is investigating, probably still is investigating the game. They hated this guy so much, they called the fucking police on the company. Basically, the CN players. Then, news about basically every event getting canceled. Here's a JP event getting canceled that was scheduled for July 11th. Here is a Billy World 2026 event getting canceled after all these investigations and shit like that started. And of course, the people reaching out to actually Love and Deep Space developers getting emails back in fucking Chinese. Traditional Han, by the way, about how sad everybody is that the guy's not in the game anymore. And then you have the actual boycotts. July 9th blackout. Do not log in or download the update. Do not interact with any official Infold accounts. Don't promote them at all or use any tags. No fan art or fiction or any other free promotion. And this is the thing, right? In the past, you would have viewed little statements like this, little public movements like this. You're like, oh, yeah, these pussies aren't going to do it. Bro, I bet they did. Yeah, no, I'm going to be honest. I bet they did. I bet this was impactful. Because as far as I'm concerned, money does talk, and they actually talk the talk. Because that was May 2026. This was just a couple of months ago. And they are at 1/5 of what they were 2 months ago. And obviously, they're slated to go down even further because this rate of decrease is diabolical. And guess what, guys? I don't think these investigations are, like, ending anytime soon. I'm pretty sure the development pipeline of this game is getting fucked up even more. And, like, certain things are getting delayed. There's a lot of replanning and stuff. And the company might just EOS. That's a lot, right? And obviously, I don't think that this is necessarily helping, but it's kind of like the best overall result, right? Because I think the end result of this is very, very, very simple. The game is now in like a legal hell where like the government could literally just shut down operations and stuff like that. And in some situations where the game is kind of getting fucked by the government, the players could say like, oh, the game needs support because it's under government investigation. But then everybody is boycotting the game too. So like you're getting fucked by the CCP, you're getting fucked by the government, and you're also getting fucked by your players. Dude, like I've never seen a game actually just this screwed. Because you have lost the player support and you're also getting investigated by... What support is there anymore? Like, who can they get help from? Where does the help come from? What can they even do to recover from this? You don't have player support and you're getting investigated by like the fucking FBI equivalent in China, bro. You got to appeal to like... Were they going to start appealing to, like, the gays? Like, bro, what can they do? And I think that this is the reality a lot of people are coming to. The game's probably going to die, and this is going to actually send an insane signal, right? To every other gacha company out there, your players can, on a dime, actually kill your game. Treat your players better, because... if they all schizo out enough, the players themselves can kill your game. Because that's what happened. That's what happened. And when this is how the cookie is crumbling, right? I guess the reality is very simple. Some people are already in chat saying the Westerners have no power. But they do. This is a demonstration of the Westerner power. Money is the number one thing that talks. And so both Western and CN players stop their spending at the same time. And guys, what's the way that this game gets through the government investigations? By having money. By having support. By having players spend money on the game despite these investigations occurring. But if players stop spending and then these investigations are going on, what is the end result of this game? It's dead. You have no support from anybody. If anything happens, you can't recover from it. And this was one of the biggest games. This in a lot of gacha revenue lists, guys. It was literally the biggest game every month. And now, the biggest actual game, mobile revenue-wise, is on its death throes entirely because of its own community. And I'm not going to be in a situation to say that, like, the lads developers have been, like, treating their community badly across the entire run of the game. I feel like the Laz developers were in a lot of ways very like sort of community oriented because they sort of knew that the bitches playing this game be kind of crazy, right? But that, so even when you're like treating your community well, I would assume, right, across a decent stretch of time, it takes this little for everything to change instantly. And I want to use a quote that I heard ever since that incident back in Venezuela, right? It's got to be like this as a Laz developer. You're like the president of Venezuela. One day you wake up and everything is gone. That's what this feels like over here. In like a short 24 to like 72 hours, everything in Lads was gone. Because if a game that was ranking and charting this high, had this much mind share, this much revenue, blah, 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 so on and so forth, can just die in 72 hours, any of these games can die. This can happen to any of the gachas on here, just as long as the community actually knows what they're capable of. Because you're capable of making these companies lose 40 plus millions of dollars as long as you all think they deserve it. And there are plenty of games on here that we're all familiar with. We're being humbled by losing 40s, tens of millions of dollars in a month would lead to their games becoming a lot better. Wouldn't they? If Genshin got humbled with a minus $40 million in a month, they'd probably do a lot to fix the game, right? If HSR did it, they probably fix the game. I don't think Kuro has done anything to deserve a drop like that. But there are other games on the market that have experienced those drops, right? The NTEs, for example, down at 10 million right now. The AKEs, for example, that are somehow down from last month, despite having a half anniversary this month. These games know what it's like to lose everything, yet they won't fix anything. But if a game like Lads is shown to be dying, and a game like Lads is shown to be losing everything, maybe that's enough for some alarm bells over at Hoyo versus Office. Maybe that's enough for some precautionary sort of measures to already be taken to satisfy the player base, knowing how much power they actually have in the present. Lads can hopefully be a shining example of what a community can do when they're unhappy with their developer. And naturally, I think that the situation regarding Lads is unfortunate for everybody involved. But there is a way to turn this into an overall positive experience for the space, and that's what we're trying to do. Because there are plenty of companies out there that deserve far worse than what's happening to Lads right now. And the space would become a lot better as a whole if those things were allowed to happen. Let me know what you all thought. Peace out. Yeah, okay. All right. Lads would have fared better if players supported them. Well, absolutely, right? But it's like, Hoyo should definitely feel what it's like to not get support from the players at all. And like, bro, if that actually occurred to them, then they would make meaningful changes in all their games to make them better. Like, truly, that is it. That is it. You got 2 videos out of that? I know. That's the crazy thing. We got a diabolical double video farm from Gacha revenue. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it, guys. It's a Saturday. It's a Saturday. We've been pulling some longer days before. Like there's literally nothing going on right now, so I don't want to make stuff happen. React to videos, Unk. Which ones? Like, are there even any good ones right now? Are there even any good ones right now? What, you want to make a video about how AKE is absolutely fucked as a game? I could do that, yeah. React to Smack? Bro, I heard this was like the funniest video ever. Like just from like a What is this? Is actually a Nightmare Blunt rotation. This is the Nightmare Blunt rotation. I'm going to be real with you. This includes paid promotion, bro. Like, dude, what is this? What the fuck? Bro, like, I feel like bro has never even played the game. Wait, is that Kekvin? Why is Kekvin one of the Imits? Wait, did he dress up as one of the Imits? Why is he down there? It's kind of an awkward position for him. He looks like one of the girls. Check the comments. The bag must be absolutely massive. Let's LARP just this once. Tourist time. The big money situation. W bag. Nah, he's paid for this. Well, it's your own community, so like I know he moderates his comment section heavily, so these are all his own viewers. So I think you have to be subscribed to comment. Yeah, it's just every single comment is calling you out, bro. That is, hey, let that simmer like neck bone juice. Yeah, let that simmer like neck bone juice, bro. Oh my god. Wanna watch Minecraft horror vids? No. No, I don't. I'm not 10. like that'd be cool if I was like 10. You know what I mean? Ziox is quitting guide making, linked in Discord. I don't think his guides even did well, so it doesn't really matter that much, right? Or like his guides were like not particularly even like his bread and butter, right? Where is it linked though? He drops them late? Oh, how does he drop them late then? But yeah, I don't, whoever said late to Discord, you're just a fucking liar. Can you not do that again? Honestly, I should just ban you for that. The fuck? Like, you said late to Discord, and then there was no fucking link, so like, fuck you. Oh, bro, this thing is like fucking, dude, bro, this thing's like fucking old, bro.
I'm gonna do a rare serious video on the channel. I feel like I don't really do update videos, or I don't really talk to you guys one-on-one outside of like streaming. So I felt like I owed.
Bro, these guys need to work out. I'm sorry. Why does this shape look so odd? Why does he look like the smallest person ever?
My most beloved, non-parasocially, but I just watched the Odyssey.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. How, guys, please, work out your shoulders. Please work out your shoulders and your traps, guys. Otherwise, you're gonna be looking like a girl. Nah, I see. Like, no, he could. Like, he got that femboy build. That's what it is. He got that femboy build. Wuthering Waves is slowly killing their players.
For its good graphics, it could even rival some of the AAA games out there. For a gacha game, that is impressive. This game is also known for its good combat, very cinematic story, and recently they did a collab with Cyberpunk, which is another cinema. A lot of people are praising the game.
Interesting. So it's like people, the people with certain, okay, people are having, is this a video about performance issues? I'm gonna be honest, I don't have them, so I don't care. Yeah, okay, anyways. Guys, one thing I don't want to do is like pretend I have a problem. Sorry, I don't feel like it.
So just imagine you're innocent.
Yeah, my bad. I don't feel like pretending that I have a problem. That's just not something that I do. Maybe you guys would like me to pretend to have a problem. I don't have one though, so I'm not gonna pretend that I have one.
scenario. He worked so hard on the project, took days or
Yeah, I don't really know about these ones. Yeah, I don't really feel like going over somebody else's tier list about bosses. Okay, yeah, no, I begin to understand why I usually get my own React content now. So, yeah, so that's actually why I don't have a daily scramble, because I don't trust anybody. I always feel like my time gets fucking wasted after I click like 3 of them. So, like, yeah, that's why we never really have, like, open link sessions, because you guys have the worst fucking shit ever. Like, truly, you link some of the most boring-ass videos. Bro, you want to watch an 18-minute video about performance optimization? Are you fucking serious? Bro, you're autistic for linking that, low-key. Like, straight up, like, oh, yeah, I really do see the difference on this GTX 1650 versus the 40. What the fuck, bro? Like, bro, are you serious? Bro, I'm not that bored, okay? We're not that bored. Like, are you serious? Like, now you're gonna tell me to look at the graphical comparisons between multiple GPUs? Bro. NT bombed so hard, non-pawn quit. It's... Rest in pepperoni cheeties, bro. It's another one has bitten the dust. He got a real job. Check his post. Okay. All right. So basically, bro just rug pulled the NTE player base, because while he was on a stint of unemployment, he was like cosplaying a full-time CC, and like then he got a job, and now he's not making any content anymore. Like, good for him, but that is kind of funny. Yeah, no, that has to be that's basically just the summary over here. Yeah, so like NTE pays nothing close to a full-time job in terms of like whatever, and it's like not even close to sustainable to make NTE or stream the content, and so he's fucking out of here. And that's why, guys, if you're trying to be like successful and like actually, that's why there are very few actual, like, full-time guys. Bro, I might be one of the only ones. Like, I'm just going to be honest. I might be one of the only ones. And, guys, one of the only reasons why I can be one of the only ones is this. I cover, like, everything. Yeah, I cover, like, everything. So, like, that's why I'm able to do it. But otherwise, bro, you end up, like, doing some weird shit. What about Fob? I think this is the case regarding Fob, is that, like, he's got no actual alternative revenue streams other than his Twitch. So it's kind of like Fob's in, like, this odd position where he's kind of, like, he almost has to stream, like, every day. Because, like, if he doesn't stream, he makes actually $0 that day. And that's, like, a concern, right? Like, Genazad and Fob, they got no other alternative revenue streams. And so, no YouTube, none of that, right? So if they don't stream, they make $0 that day. That's rough. That's like, rough. And that's the thing, right? I've been able to save up an extraordinary amount, right? Get myself like certain funds and stuff like good to go, right? Like I'm like covered in everything, right? So it's like, I think a lot of these guys, they know what they need to do at like a baseline, and obviously there's more that I can do. I simply am not choosing to do extra right now, but I could do a lot more. It's just, it would get to the point where, like, oh my gosh, I don't want to get that involved because I'm somebody, and you'll be able to ask anyone who's actually worked with me. When I get like focused up on working, I get like focused up on working. I have like a diabolical work ethic. I have like a diabolical work ethic that has me doing like multitasking and shit like that to get stuff done. And I can spend too much time on work. So like I actually like inhibit myself, right? Because I can do shit so fast, sometimes I do like too much. And that can be a problem of its own. So yeah, we're just kind of like chilling right now, but I've already got like my whole sort of like ecosystem set up, and so that's why I'm like having a good time, right? Sure, right? I could be like, oh, I'd rather have higher Twitch CCV. Then I could just turn off my YouTube streams, right? And then we're at like 1 point something K on Twitch. So it's like I'm streaming to like on average, I would say like easily around 1500 CCV to maybe like, you know, low 2000s daily. I'm chill with that. And then we also got the YouTube channel as well. And so I don't need to rely on sponsors. I don't need to stream every single day. Don't need to do any of that stuff, right? But I feel like there's a lot of people that, like, obviously, like, you still gotta do, like, a good amount of baseline work to even get yourself in this position to start with. And that's why I feel like there's, like, again, like, who's even doing this full time? I know very few people. I know very few people. And that's what I'm saying. It's not easy to actually have that going. If someone's passionate about their craft, the bag will follow too. Oh, that's also true as well. Yeah, I mean, especially in the content space, that's gonna happen. Just need feet lover. Yeah, no, that guy's cool. Yeah, no, that guy's cool. All right, yeah, I guess like part of that is this. Picking NTE as your main game to cover was quite the choice. Picking NTE or AKE. Giga doesn't think any collab will top Wuwa or Cyberpunk anytime soon. Yeah, no, I mean, I think that was kind of obvious. Yeah, I don't think you even I think you only needed like one brain cell to come to that conclusion. So yeah, it's basically just like this. All right. There were only a couple of actual good games to ride to developing a gacha career, and those good games were Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, and Wuthering Waves. You look back at the past 5 years, it was just those three. Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you. Putting your bags behind ZZZ or Arknights Enfield or NTE, terrible idea. Terrible idea. It just wasn't a good one. Guys, we're forgetting ZZZ had 1 foot in the grave from 1.0 on. Like, I hope you guys do recognize the reason why ZZZ is not actually a success right now is because its 1.0 to like 1.3 sort of situation was a disaster. It was a like fucking disaster, bro. And so like as a result, there was like not any real like viewership or like growth during that period of time, and it kind of picked back up after 1.4. But they did the relaunch, right? And the relaunch, I think, is what actually allowed the game to sort of thrive in the present. But bro, they've been killing the game since 2.0. The game actually had a decent chance from 1.4 to like 1.7. Then 2.0 came and they killed the fucking game again for some reason. Impressive. It was impressive. Why do you think, like, bro, do you remember how many times we joked about ZZZ's relaunches? Because they actually were, bro. The game has had like 17 relaunches. That's just the unfortunate part. All right. What are we looking at? Oh, dude. Okay, I think somebody said, look at your saved videos. Bro, I don't even think there's anything on here. Oh, somebody made a fucking... Ladies and gentlemen, somebody made a fucking thing with... Oh, man, my editors went crazy with my fucking playlist, bro. They went crazy with my playlist. Look at this. Yeah, I got all these public playlists now. So, like, all my videos are now, like, organized. Yeah, we got the official... Oh, my goodness. Look at that. Look at that fucking shit. Holy moly. The Gacha smack thumbnail? That's a work of art, isn't it? That's a work... That right there is a work of art, isn't it? Wait, okay, so what is in my watch later here? Yeah, no, he should thank me for that.
Like every day.
He should thank me for that. I'm covering his teeth. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. My playlist is not looking good. So ZZZ players keep begging me to watch this video, but I literally don't, because it's like I'd rather just make like my own video about it. Like we all know this game is we already know this game is like. Yeah, no, I guess this is the thing. I don't feel like making ZZZ videos because, like, I think it's like a waste of my fucking. I think it's a waste of my channel. Yeah, that was pretty much it. And then there's one about like collab stories, but I'll be honest, guys, I don't think anyone cares about collabs right now. I think that one's already happened. And I've already seen this like 30 times. It's still funny, but yeah, I've seen this like 30 times already. Okay, so no more ZZZ vids. You guys are starting to look desperate. You know that, right? Like, it's getting desperate to the point of, like, fucking annoying when this stupid-ass fucking Void Hunter video gets linked every fucking stream, and you retards keep begging me to watch it. Like, I just want to watch it less, because now I'm just like, dude, you are truly, like, so fucking annoying, it's unreal. Actually, just time out Gonsgord for a week. I'm done with him. I think he's the one that's been linking it every day. Just fuck it, time him out for a week. I'm done. All right, we good. Dude, like, fucking Christ. What a little cunt. Bro, look through his logs. If he's actually linked it more than 10 times, make it a month. Like, if he's linked it more than 10 times in the past week, make it a month. I swear to God, I've seen that shit mentioned every fucking day. Like, bro, you have something wrong with your brain to have done it, like, this many times. It's been noticeable, bro. It's been fucking noticeable. How many was it? You can check for yourself by looking at his logs. All right, what is this? How Silver Palace Gacha still has so much untapped potential. All right, so this is what I'm gonna say. The ship has unfortunately sailed on this one. Yeah, the ship has unfortunately sailed on this one. Unk's missing a free video by not reacting to a 2-hour concert. I'm gonna let you guys come to your own conclusion on that one, because if you're saying I'm missing a free video by not reacting to something that's 2 hours and fucking 30 minutes long, okay, you know what? This is what we're gonna do. I am getting, basically, this chat does not know when no means no. If you have been told I don't want to react to something and you keep asking over and over and over, I will at a certain point just ban you. Because that's what you do when a kid is misbehaving and they keep doing what you tell them not to do. You put them in timeout. I now have to treat you like a literal kindergartner because I say no, but you keep asking. You ban your child? Yes, a timeout is basically a temporary ban. Yes, you are temporarily banning your child from doing things when you ground them and you put them in timeout. Yes, that is how it works. The quarter of shame is basically a temporary ban. And guys, I don't know why you're so pushy about certain things. Can you stop being so autistic about it? Because when you keep mentioning the same thing over and over, I assume you have an autistic obsession with it. And you feel this desperate need for me to see the same media that you're seeing. I don't feel that need, though. I don't need to see what you're seeing to this level of a degree that you need me to see it. Please control yourself. Control yourself as a fucking person, please. You don't need to keep spamming the same thing for 10 streams in a row. Why do we need to spam the same thing for 10 streams in a row? I don't get it. What's wrong with us to be spamming the same thing for 10 streams in a row? The same link. The same video. Why? What's wrong with us? Can you find the solution, please? Stop linking me that fucking Void Hunter video. Stop linking me the fucking concert. This is the final PSA. This is the final PSA. Good God. I'm about to get it sent tomorrow. I'm permanently banning the next person that sends it. No lie. No lie. Yeah, we're now at the point where we're going to permanently ban the next person that sends it. I hope you're ready. Hey, I hope you're ready. Yeah, this is my last resort, bro. Yeah, this is my last resort, bro. Some innocent guy will be 07. Don't blame me. Blame the 30 other messages spamming it before. Don't blame me. Blame the 30 previous people. It's their fault. All right. So, on the Nigerian perspective, this is my take on this one. Unfortunately, I feel like this ship has already sailed, and we're at the point where we're probably going to be beating another dead horse, because I think Silver Palace right now is algorithmically not good, because the gacha is so bad. Hypergriff, these Enfield pulls need your medical attention. I mean, isn't this just his pull video of him getting absolutely fisted? I mean, again, this is just like MTash, but like... I mean, I bet this would just be fun to watch yourself, but... Yeah, I feel like this would just be fun to watch yourself, but like, yeah, no, again, remember what I said about beating a dead horse? So, I think this is what I'm beginning to realize. This chat is not, if this chat ran a YouTube channel, that YouTube channel would be a complete failure. I think that's the best summary I can make of this, because you guys have no idea, like, what good content is for the channel. I'm sorry. And I think now I'm at the point where I'm just not going to look at links anymore, because it's like actually looking for diamonds in the rough, where you just give me poo. You just give me poo, and every link is poo, and it's just poo everywhere. And so I'm not just wading through, like, piles of shit to find, like, one video. And again, we've spent zero, absolutely, all this time spent has been for nothing. My last link. Bro, I covered this yesterday, you autismo. Bro, this is what I mean. Like, it's just a waste of everyone's fucking time. Literally, this was covered yesterday on stream. Like, guys, what are we doing here? Again, this is... All right, time to end stream. Yeah, so this is... Let this be a lesson. This is why I end streams early. Because you guys just waste my time if I stay on in situations like this. And guys, it's honestly a little disappointing. Like, you guys just spent all this just to waste my time. And everyone else's time too. That's it. That's all we did for the past 30 minutes. Just waste everybody's time. And this is why I end stream early, so that we all have more stuff to do with our time, because all we did was nothing here. Yeah, just 30 minutes of us opening the worst links ever. That's not very good, is it? That's not very cash money, is it? You say that, but you just want to play RuneScape? No, that's not what I want to do. I don't want to be sitting here opening up shit like this. Like, people like are making new discoveries, and like they're like, bro, it's bro, if I'm getting sent links that I covered yesterday, at this point, what are any of us doing with our lives? What are any of us doing with our lives if I'm sitting over here getting sent links that I covered yesterday? All right. Okay. Check this guy's channel. Last link, I promise. I'm permanently banning you after this, so yes. This is your last link. Okay, just permanently ban him. Just permanently ban him. Bro, wait, what do you want me to go react to it? Like, go make a video about a guy who has 2.4k subs? Like, was that truly... You want me to go make a video about a guy that has 2.4k subs? Yes, that is your last link. I'm out of here. All right.